Hello and welcome to my kitchen. This is the first episode of Cooking with Nicole, or I don't know what to call it yet, so we will get there. But I am going to show you how to make Potbelly sugar cookies. I made these like 2 months ago and all of you guys wanted the recipe, so I got overwhelmed and I was working on the website to get it all figured out so you guys could easily access it. So I wanted to make a video to go along with this post with the recipe for you to know how to do it. I love these cookies like with all my heart. If I go to Potbelly, I have to get one no matter what. And I'm just excited for you guys to know how to make them and to follow along. So here we go. Okay, the first step, you're going to take like a small to medium sized bowl. You are going to combine the flour, which is 2 3/4 cup, 1 teaspoon of baking soda in there, and then 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Let me grab my whisk real quick. I have a little baby whisk. It's my favorite thing ever. So you're just gonna whisk those ingredients together so that they're all incorporated and then ready for the next step. You are now going to take a cup of butter and partially melt it. So you still want like chunks of softened butter, and then you want melted butter in there as well. It helps with the texture of the cookies. I usually just put the butter that I'm melting for anything in the kitchen in a disposable bowl so that I can just throw it away because I hate cleaning off that buttery mess on bowls. So this is what I'm gonna pop into the microwave, and I will show you what I mean about the partially and then the melted. Okay, now that this is partially melted, if you look at it, some of it, it's hard to show because it's gonna drip. But some of it, like half of it is melted and then the other half isn't. So we're gonna put this into my KitchenAid and we're going to add, I believe it is 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. And then we will cream this together. So here's my 1.5 cups of sugar right here. And we will cream this. Now we will put in 3 tablespoons of vanilla. I never like exactly follow vanilla recipes or measurements because who doesn't like more vanilla? So I kind of just put 1 and let it over pour, 2, let it over pour, and then it's like a big over pour at the end. So that's that, and we will cream this together again. And then the next step is a beautiful egg. So now that that's good, I'm gonna put in this egg. And we're just gonna let that go. Now it's time for us to gradually put in the dry ingredients. So just like any recipe, you're just gonna put a little bit in and then mix it, and then put a little bit in and mix it until it's all incorporated again. Okay, so the dough should be fluffy, light and airy, all ready to be sprinkled and rolled in sparkling sugar. I use Bob's Red Mill. It's just big sugar chunks. You can get this on Amazon, really anything. I have my big, large cookie scoop. You want these cookies to be large. If you've had Potbelly cookies or Google them or whatever, they are large and they are sugary. So we're gonna take a ball of dough. I forgot to take my rings off. So we're gonna take a ball of dough, warm it up in our hands, like so, and then we will roll it in that sugar so that it has that crunchy outer layer, which makes the cookie, trust me. You're not gonna smash these down, and you're gonna place it on a Silpat mat, on a baking sheet. I only put 3 cookies because they extend so far. So keep doing this, and then we will put them in the oven in just a second. I literally only cook 3 cookies at a time because they need space to expand and they get really big. So I put these in the oven at 375 for 8 to 9 minutes. I prefer mine at 8. They're gonna look underdone and they're gonna look a little bit raw, but the middle is supposed to be ooey gooey. So do it for 8 to 9 minutes and just don't force yourself to leave it in longer because it doesn't look done. They will set out and they will cook because it's still gonna be hot. So I leave them on the pan for the same amount of time that I put the next set of cookies in because I have 2 pans prepped. So it's gonna set on a hot pan for another like 8 minutes and flatten out. And then I take them off and I put them on a cooling rack. And they are the best. Okay, so these are cookies that I just took out of the oven probably 10 minutes ago. And then this is a cookie that's been setting out for like an hour now. Don't be concerned about how doughy they are because it's going to, literally if I hold this, one fell apart like this when I held it like this because it's so doughy that it needs a setup. But now this one's ready to eat. It's still soft inside and ooey gooey, but it's not like mush. So don't get alert, like don't freak out if they look underdone. They'll need to set for like an hour and then they're all good to go. But I'm so happy you guys now know how to make the best sugar cookies ever. And I hope you all can make them. Tag me. I want to see your final product. Have a wonderful day.